Hey guys, it's Pastor Jeremiah with Ragamuffin, and I'm here with your midweek word of encouragement. This week we've been talking about prayer, and prayer is an interesting topic, mainly because we tend to get really maybe a little confused when it comes to prayer. Prayer can sometimes be confusing, and prayer can sometimes be frustrating because we as human beings tend to want to complicate things, especially when it comes to prayer. For example, in my own life, when I first became a genuine and authentic follower of Jesus Christ, I wanted to learn anything and everything I possibly could about following Jesus. And so anybody that had something to teach me, I was just eager to listen. And so there was this one time, or at one point in time, where I wanted to know what exactly it meant to have a quality prayer time. Like, what did it really take to have a quality prayer time? And so I was asking people, and I got a lot of different answers. And one person asked me, like, well, how are you praying? Like, what words are you using when you pray? And I just kind of, shrugged my shoulders and looked at him, and I said, I don't know. I'm just praying whatever comes in my mind. I'm just talking to God about it. And they told me, well, if you really want God to hear your prayers and answer those prayers, then you have to use specific words, and you have to say those words in a specific way. And so if you say specific words and say them in a specific way, then God is going to hear your prayers then. And then another person asked me, well, how is your posture? How are you posturing when you pray? I said, I don't know. I'm just sitting in my chair. I just sit in my chair and pray. That's all I do. And they said, no. If you really want God to hear you when you pray, you have to posture yourself like this. Sometimes it means kneeling down. Sometimes you have to lay on the floor. Sometimes you have to, posture yourself in a way that for God to hear your prayers. And so the way you sit will determine if God will hear your prayers or not. And so it made me even more confused or frustrated. Another person asked me, well, how are you combating forces of spiritual darkness? I said, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, how are you combating, in spiritual warfare? How are you engaging in spiritual warfare? I said, I don't know. I just kind of pray from the Bible. I see scriptures that, look like there are, some good things to pray, then I'm just going to pray those things. I just kind of speak truth as I'm praying. And it's been working. Like, no, that's not enough. You got to scream at the darkness. You got to scream loud. You got to let the devil know that you're serious. You got to scream at the devil until he runs away and cowers like a little dog. And I thought to myself, man, that is strange. I can't imagine myself just screaming while I pray. I had one guy tell me also, the longer you pray, the better. If you can pray for an hour, God's going to be pretty content. If you can pray with 2 hours, you're getting God's attention. If you can lock yourself away and pray for a day, and God's going to be really happy. And that's how you have a prayer life. Is the best prayer life is the longest prayer life. And so I tried all these things. I tried to use specific words, and I tried to posture myself in the right way, and I tried to scream at the darkness, and I tried to pray for hours on end. And in the end, it just left me confused and frustrated. And I think we've all experienced confusion and frustration in some way when it comes to prayer. But I just want to read to you out of Matthew chapter 6 today and let you know exactly what the Lord says about prayer. Jesus in Matthew chapter 6, starting in verse 5, says this: when you pray, don't be like the hypocrites who love to pray publicly on the street corners and in their churches where everyone can see them. I tell you the truth, that is all the reward that they will ever get. But when you pray, go away by yourself, shut the door behind you, and pray to your Father in secret. Then your Father who sees everything in secret will reward you. When you pray, don't babble on and on as people of other religions do. They think that their prayers are going to be answered merely by repeating their words over and over again. Don't be like them, for your Father in heaven knows exactly what you need even before you ask him. So here's my midweek word of encouragement for you. Make prayer about you and God. Okay? Don't make prayer about anything else but you and God. It's just you and God. God says, find a place where it's just you and him. Be completely open, be completely honest, and just lay it out before him. And that's the kind of prayer that Jesus wants. That's the kind of prayer that he desires from us. Open and honest prayer. So that's my encouragement for you. Don't make prayer about anything else. Don't make it about other people and what they think prayer is all about. Don't make prayer about who hears you and how impressive you sound. Don't make prayer about anything other than just an open, authentic, and honest encounter between you and God. Hey, God bless you guys. I cannot wait till Monday to see you at Ragamuffin, 7 p.m., room 213. Until then, I'm praying for you. I love you, and I'm excited to see the work that God has for you in your life. God bless.